Hello, Virgo. My name is Nigel, and you have found Alchemy. Welcome to your September 2024 reading. Let's get started right away. You have these cards. Okay. You have interesting, these fell out together. And as you can see, very extreme. You couldn't get more extreme, actually. You have the card of paradise on one side and nuclear winter on the other. It's like all or nothing type energy, right? This could be you looking at something that happens this month as all or nothing. This could be you looking at something as an extreme situation. Maybe you're making a decision and you're looking at it, at least for part of the month, like I could lose everything or I could gain everything. It could be anything. We'll just keep going. We'll put all this giant puzzle together, and I really enjoy doing this, actually. So let's do this. We're going to move through your oracles, and we regard them as puzzle pieces, and then we'll insert them into the tarot, and we'll come up with a story. You do have the uncreated. And, the uncreated is, it's part of the creative process that happens before, let's say, the cell splits, before the sperm meets the egg, right before that moment. This is sort of pre-creation, the uncreated, the seed of the seed. It's like standing in front of the door of reality. It's like a potent time for sure. Beginnings, most certainly, but it's almost like a pre-beginning. Moving on here, we have the card of courage. And this is definitely fire energy. It says, I rise from the ashes and I take what is mine. I hunt, I pursue, I win. Very, very fiery. This could be you this month. This could be somebody that you're dealing with that has that type of attitude. You do have a card here that says you don't know how hard it was to let you go. Now, this could be something to do with a relationship. This could be somebody. Many times it's someone's message to us, but I really am getting the strong feeling that this is you. I think you are toying with the idea of letting something go. It does not have to be all roses and rainbows. This could be a job. This could be a family member. This could be a friendship. This could be a relationship. But I do think that the reason you're struggling with this is because it's difficult. I think you, at least for part of the month, you're going to be thinking in terms of extremes with this decision. You do have storm fields here, and this is generally a message from spirit to stay out of drama whenever possible. There is a storm brewing, right? And it's saying, wait for any drama to pass. Don't involve yourself in it. And, basically this is a warning not to make any decisions while things are at their height. You have the chameleon spirit, and it says act as if, but what I'm getting is the actual symbolism of the chameleon. They're guardians of transformation, and it definitely stretches the importance of flexibility and the capacity for change. And this is very Mercury, right? And you and Gemini are ruled by Mercury. So this is a very chameleon type energy this month. Here you have the card of change. To drive it home, right? There is definitely change going on here. And it says a change of residence, partner, career, job is in the cards. You're restless and in need of a change. And that is exactly what is coming your way. I would say so. You do have Rider here. And it's coupled with the Lost card. Now, what's interesting, it says, words are magic. Use them to manifest more abundance. So your words are going to mean something, and it could be on the manifestation front, or it could be somebody that you're dealing with Maybe watch your words. And I'm not saying to hold your tongue, but maybe don't show your cards. There may be someone here, Virgo, that you can't show your cards with. I don't know if you noticed it, but at the beginning of your reading, before we started, I did leave some clues at the beginning of the reading, and one of them is something I've never done before in a reading, where I've warned a cross watcher, because there is someone in your energy that's not trustworthy, and I was kind of calling them out. Anyway, you do have writer here, right? So yes, and this actually could be extremely on the money for one of you. You might be trying to create something via writing, art, right? But it does say I have loss here in reverse, and you might look at it and say, well, what's the point, right? Why mention it at all? Because that's going to be on your mind. You see these extremes? Loss is going to be on your mind, but it's in reverse. So it is just in your mind here, Virgo. It's not an actuality. You have Mat, and this is the Egyptian. This is more air energy. It is and we know, obviously, we think of Libra when we see this card. And this is telling us to embrace hard truths. There may be a hard truth this month that you need to embrace. She is the goddess, the Egyptian goddess of truth, justice, balance. You may be called upon to break a cycle this month. You may be weighing something. You may be weighing something here, Virgo. I mean, it certainly looks that way with these cards. You're weighing something. You're like, it says, dream, sweet, deep, sleep deep. And being that this is not in reverse, this may be at a premium this month. You may have a lot on your mind, and you may find it difficult to sleep or stay asleep. It is temporary. You have golden unicorn here, and golden unicorn, it says, let me see, wait a minute. It says, uncover your creative genius, master it, and expect to be recognized for it. The creative genius, I did mention that at least one of you will be writing, and this golden unicorn sort of drives it home. But you know what's interesting about the golden unicorn is they are symbols of perfection. And I know that the Virgo is the perfectionist of the zodiac. And being that it is a gold unicorn, this is divinely masculine. Assertiveness, fire, energy again. I mean, there's things that are starting to come together in this reading. So let's move on to your planetary cards. You have, well, here we go. You have Mercury, communication, correspondence, expression. It's, could be very, very straightforward, but I have to tell you, Mercury is moving into Virgo on September 9th. And it tells us to be very intentional with our words. We talked about that in this card. Be very intentional on September 9th with your words, Virgo. Mercury is in Virgo. Mercury is very quick, analytical, focused on specific goals. So you're going to be goal-oriented this month. You're going to want to cut to the chase. You are weighing something for sure. But on that day, be very careful. Also, I want to note, because we mentioned Libra over here, Mercury enters Libra on September 26th. And on that day, we might be tempted to delay something. But do not delay. Try to push past that feeling of wanting to delay, and that's towards the end of the month. You do have Lilith here, and it does say vengeance too, right? For sure. But with Lilith, it's generally a point in your birth chart that reveals something that may be hidden. There may be something hidden here, for sure. There may be something hidden from you that you are going to uncover. So let me see if I could, on June 29th, Lilith transitioned from Virgo to Libra, and it stays there until March 26, 2025. So it sort of eases the atmosphere for Virgos, right? Karmic trials and temptation move to Libra, but at the same time, it does have an effect on you. So I think that you're going to be thinking a lot more clearly than you may have been. You have here flag and tulip, and the flag says, don't be tempted to lower your standards. And, your standards for yourself. Don't be tempted to lower the standards you have set for yourself, or to perhaps be around people who make you lower your standards and energy just to be around them. You have Tulip, you have great passion. And, you know, passion this is a fire card, and there is a lot of fire energy. Passion doesn't have to be sexual in nature. It could just be assertiveness, right? Great passion for something, or, you know, something that is going on. Let's move to the beginning of the month here. Beginning of the month, you have some sort of assistance. Now, this could be assistance from your spirit guides that are guiding you this month, or it could be someone asking you for assistance here. Virgo, assistance or some sort of favor at the beginning of the month. You have the Page of Cups, and on this side, I have to tell you, the Page of Cups is a little different, right? We see that sea turtle behind him, and we know that these creatures are just old souls. And when they feel threatened, they sort of pull into their shell. But another thing is you may be keeping something in. You may, at the beginning of the month, there may be something you're keeping in. It could be a feeling. It could be a theory. It could be, you know, something that you think you kind of know, but you're not sure, but you're keeping it to yourself, right? And this leads right into the Five of Wands energy, more fire energy. But this side is a little different, right? This would be competitiveness. I mean, but on this side, it's a little bit more serious, right? It's more heated. There is something potentially explosive going on. There may be unseen anger that needs an outlet. There may be unspoken anger. You may be holding something in. You may be holding in resentment. You may be holding in anger. There may be somebody asking you for something here at the beginning of the month. This leads into the Queen of Pentacles here. And, you know, this could be Saturn and Capricorn, or any earth sign, which obviously means you. And the queen may be male or female. And this queen she may feel overwhelmed on this side of the card. She may feel a little overwhelmed by whatever she has welcomed into her care. Her nature is to be generous. But there is something going on, and her throne appears to be weathered, and her responsibility is heavy, and it's very, I don't know. I mean, you see, we notice, we don't see anyone's faces here. So not only is someone hiding something from you here, Virgo, I think you're hiding your feelings about what's going on. Your spidey sense may be tingling. There's something going on here that you're keeping in. For sure. You have this Page of Cups, which is, you know, Moon in Cancer. You have the Five of Wands, which is Saturn and Leo. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is Saturn and Capricorn. Very Saturnian. Very Saturnian. All right, so let's move on, and then we'll kind of piece this together the way it should be. Here mid-month, you have the water element. You may be dealing with a water sign during this time, or someone that has water highly aspected in their chart, or you, my friend, might be leaning into your own water elements. You have the Page of Wands on this side, right? The Page of Wands on this side is Jupiter and Sagittarius, I believe, right? More fire energy. And it as you can see, there is a phoenix rising from the ashes. And sometimes there is something rising up inside you, wanting to come out, wanting to be reborn, wanting to start something brand new. There is something rising up here. Now, what's interesting about the phoenix is in alchemy, they group the phoenix and the unicorn together. And you know what they represent? Transformation. So transformation might be heavily on your mind, transforming from one thing into another. Very Sagittarius energy here. And you know, you have rising from the ashes, just like in the courage card we talked about, rising from the ashes, the phoenix. Now in the center of your reading, and this is the card that all this energy revolves around, you have the water card here. And like I said, you might be leaning into some water energy. You have the Chariot on the side, and you know, the Chariot is God, I mean, this is the feeling of this card is you are now free, or this is what you want. Do you see the difference between these two sides? The road is falling away. It's a one-way ticket. This person has no desire to go back. They're seeking freedom. And this is the center of your month. This is the center of your reading. And do you notice something else? How many backs are turned on this reading? We'll get to that towards the end. But yeah, I mean, look. And here's yet another back. This leads into more fire energy. My God, it's just a lot of fire. You have the you have the Queen of Wands here. And, you know, the Queen of Wands is Mars and Aries. But if you notice, she's looking towards the past here and trying to make decisions for her present. The person that you're dealing with here might have done something in the past to show their true colors. Maybe you're looking towards decisions you have made in circumstances like this in the past. You're looking towards your past in some way here, Virgo, to make a decision for the future and your present. And that is very contemplative energy. But if you notice, all three cards have their backs to us. And these two cards, backs to us. Like I said, we'll pull this together by the end of the reading, but it's pretty fascinating when you think about it. Here at the end of the month, you have the Six of Cups on this side. And this is Sun in Scorpio. Some say it is Sun in Cancer. So you see a lot of Cancerian energy on the table, right? But you do have here the Six of Cups on this side. It's a little different. And if you notice, you see him, he's just waiting, and he's not particularly happy about waiting, and he's alone. So you looking towards your past here, waiting on something. Maybe you're waiting to make a decision. Maybe you're waiting for someone else to do something that they were supposed to do. But there's a period of waiting here that leads straight into this Eight of Cups energy. And this Eight of Cups, you may walk, this is Saturn in Pisces, and let me tell you something, you may give up and walk away and leaves behind that which is broken. Definitely a card of walking away. And you notice these cups are tattered, they're broken. You're looking for something different now. Yeah. Now, what I like about this is that it leads into this Knight of Swords energy, Mercury and Gemini. Mercury again. Mercury and Gemini. If you look at the symbols on his horse, he's putting logic before emotion and charging ahead. Movement at last. Movement at last. You have this coupled with the Empowerment card. More fire energy. You're showing a lot of strength here at month's end. I don't know what's going on here, Virgo, but you do spend a lot of time thinking about this. You do spend a lot of time, you know, studying everything, studying your surroundings, studying the person involved, coming up with some sort of a theory, and then once you've proven certain things to yourself, you're off to the races. And look at this. Look at how many backs we have. It's incredible. Now let's look at your warnings. Here in your warnings column, you do have an apology. So there is someone that's going to come forward here, Virgo, with an apology. Could be an apology, could be an excuse, could be trying to smooth things over here. This apology is coupled with the Ace of Swords. This is false truth. This is false truth. This is in your warnings. Usually that's mental clarity, but wait for it, because there's something false about this. And this gives birth to this Six of Wands, Jupiter and Leo. There's somebody that feels very resentful. This could be you. You could feel very resentful towards someone. In this picture, someone's taking all the credit for something that they do not deserve. This could be someone feeling very resentful towards you. All right. Maybe they feel you don't deserve certain things that you have. It's going to be different for all of you. But this gives birth to the Seven of Swords. You know, if you watched any tarot, you know that this is not a good card, right? Especially in a warnings column. It's Uranus and Aqua, but something sneaky is definitely happening. And it won't take you too long to uncover it. It won't take you too long here, Virgo. Yeah. Somebody's going to come in with a false apology or a false sort of excuse. And they're going to be full of crap. They are going to be just completely full of crap. So definitely try to straighten these out. It drives me crazy. Definitely take care of yourself this month. I see you doing all the right things, but there is an extreme going on in your head. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, both in someone else's energy and yours. There's a lot going on behind your eyes that you don't share, and you shouldn't share this month anyway. Here in your blessings, you have fire energy. So all the fire energy that we discussed here is a blessing. It's a blessing to be that assertive, especially you have there's fire energy on top of fire energy on top of fire energy, and it is a blessing for you this month. You have this card. Now look, this is generally not a good card. I mean, it's not a terrible card, but it's definitely not a blessing normally. Moon in Libra. But for you this month, this is a blessing. Do you notice how this person is sitting in a storm? But she, and she could be a he, obviously, she's choosing to not only put a blindfold on, but she has these swords crossed in front of her. The swords represent, the red sword represents self-defense on the material plane, and the blue sword represents self-defense on the mental, psychic plane. So she has her defenses up. Both are necessary this month. And you are tuning out distractions to fold back into yourself like that turtle and figure out what the heck is going on. You're not going to be distracted this month. It looks like someone does try to distract you. I don't think that they're going to be successful. Here you have the King of Wands. This gives birth to yet another person where we can't see their faces, right? You have the King of Wands here. And now for at least a few of you, this could be a counterpart. This could be someone that you're involved with, because you have the Queen of Wands with her back to us here and the King of Wands, right? With his back. So this could be, it's either, like I said, a job, a friendship, a family member that you're figuring out. It could be someone you're involved with that you're finding difficult to let go of, that you're slowly starting to see, hey, this person isn't what they seem, okay? Because you have here, if you notice, the King of Wands has a snake over his head. The symbol of the serpent in the tree speaks of choosing, right? Choosing knowledge over ignorance. And that's pretty much what we've said over and over again in this reading. Because night is settling here, right? The king may have hidden concerns that he's not sharing. Yeah, there's someone with lacking moral integrity around you here, Virgo, and I think you're starting to see it for sure. And now this gives birth to these two cards here. And I like this for you because obviously here's more fire energy. You have Temperance, and that is the card of Sagittarius. So this is bringing something into balance by tempering it. The angels pouring waters of life from like one cup into another and creating something completely different. You're in pre-creation stage, and I do think you end the month in creation stage. Her robe bears the symbols of Mercury and sulfur. This is transformation. So you go from this very serious energy that I've described throughout this reading to this King of Cups energy, right? And, you know, in most decks, to me, the King of Cups is Scorpion energy, but in this deck, it's he is a Pisces in this deck anyway. You can see the fish around his neck. But on this side, you are leaving the month here. A blessing is you're going to leave the month in a much lighter, carefree way. You have the dolphin there. You have that, you have your back to us still. But you're lightening up, but you're just not lightening up towards this person. This person definitely tweaked you. There is something going on between you and this person, and you have seen something you cannot unsee, for sure. So like I said, with all these cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards with the archetypes back to us. There's a lot going on under the surface. And with Lilith here, that drives it home. For sure. You have 8 fire placements, 10 if you count passion and courage. That is very assertive, forward-moving energy. Mercury was mentioned over and over again in this reading. So Mercury is you know, the communication for sure. But it's all those dates I mentioned. I think you should take note of that. I think it was mentioned at least 4 times, for sure. Now you have the number 5 mentioned the most here, and that is a number of change and the need for it. So it's not just change, it is the need for change. You have some lucky numbers here, 43, 9, 14, and 45. And your keywords are creation, Mercury, and hidden. So keep that in mind, Virgo. Give me one for Virgo, please. Give me one for Virgo. Give me one for Virgo. You have atoms, building. It's kind of like this creation, the uncreated card, right? It is the building. And you notice this person, it's kind of Six of Swords-ish, right? Going off on their boat, going ahead with these building blocks, these things that, and then here at the bottom, you have marine life, richness, but a lot of water energy, and a lot of fire energy in this reading for sure. I am being called to pull another card for you, and I'm just not sure why. Here, let me just pull from this deck. Not sure why I didn't do this for anyone else, and this is the last reading I'm doing in the series. Give me, oh, that came out right away. You have your purpose. So you are going from this creative energy here, the uncreated, this pre-creation energy. And by the end of the month, you're moving into a very purposeful time, There's something you're seeing here. There is something you're seeing without a doubt. There's a lot of change here. There's something you're seeing in another human being that you're not going to be able to unsee. And just remember, these backs aren't just them being sneaky. This is also you being contemplative and keeping things to yourself while you do it. So they may think, Virgo, they may think that they got over on you. But as we're speaking, right, as they're thinking that, it's you that's going to move on from them. You're figuring them out very silently, very quietly. Love this for you. I will still, if you haven't watched your birthday reading yet, I invite you to do that, and I will see you next time.